say that Democrats should learn the lesson of not being too focused on health care. I mean, they're in it. I mean, they're going to try to pass a bill. How should this affect the health care debate for them?
Well, I think the only way to do something as difficult as health care, because you're guaranteed to offend a lot of the country when you change a big part of the economy like that, is to get both parties tied together and put them in a lifeboat together where they depend on each other for survival. Because if you do one party in health care, you free up the other party to make a lot of trouble. And that's been their strategy so far. So a lot of Republicans, frankly, the tough-minded pragmatists, politicians are happy to sit back, let Obama shove through a one-party health care plan and reap the political benefits. I don't think that's good for the country, but I think if the Democrats try to do this alone and ideologically, it's going to be very painful for them politically.
But it does raise the question, I mean, aren't some Republicans or a lot of Republicans more in a mode of feeling that if they can kill health care, if they can kill anti-democratic initiatives, they have a chance to win back seats or even win back the Congress?
Absolutely. I think plenty are thinking that way, and I think there was a moment when Obama got elected, based on his centrist bipartisan rhetoric, where he could have done a big deal with the Republicans. Now, I think a lot of Republicans are like, they made their bed, they're going to sleep in it. Though I still think a bit of an offensive can work. There are people like Eric Cantor who I think would like to see bipartisan work in the House.
One last thing, Mr. Murphy. Michael Steele, the Republican Party chairman, was on television election night and offered his message, his lesson from this, and he said he thought the election was about leadership, paying attention to what people are saying, and when you don't listen, he says, when you don't take into account people's concerns, they will respond. I wonder if, when you look at surveys on health care, if those words might be turned right against it. Most people favor a public option, for example, a government option for health insurance, and Republicans are dead set against it.
Well, you know, I made a living for 24 years reading polls, and I can tell you have to be very careful because polls that test hypotheticals, would you like a helicopter in your backyard that will take you to work every day in 4 minutes? You can get a very good poll number. So I've seen the public option tested every way. The problem with testing the public option is people don't really know what it is. It's a theoretical idea right now. I think what the country would really like to see is a squabbling and the ideological dogma be turned down a few notches, and Republicans and Democrats work together to fix the economy and to do something to make health insurance more affordable and more accessible for more people.
Are you going to eat
and
that?
The historic test now, after these setbacks for the president, will he grab the leadership to
You're going to eat?
I'm going to get a lot of credit in the country. We'll see what happens.
Mike Murphy, Republican strategist, thanks very much.
Thank you. Great to be here.
And here in California, the woman best known as the former head of Hewlett-Packard has jumped into the race for the U.S. Senate. Carly Fiorina will be running as a Republican and looking to take on Democrat Barbara Boxer next year. She started her campaign yesterday with some tough talk about Senator Boxer. And here's Carrie Kump as our story.
Hey, honey, are you going to eat that?
Seemed tailor-made for Carly Fiorina blared as she faced a crowd of supporters.
Are you going to eat your bread?
In the Republican stronghold of Orange County.
Today, you are looking at a woman with a renewed determination to get and to make the most of her life.
You frustrated?
55-year-old Fiorina just completed.
Where does that cereal go?
Easily joked with the small gathering about her recent battle and her new chemo short haircut.
And I have to say that after chemotherapy, Barbara Boxer just isn't really that
Can you
scary.
eat some of your sausage?
Putting concerns over her health quickly to rest, Fiorina launched into campaign mode. She said Barbara Boxer had done little during her 17-year tenure in the Senate. And if elected, Fiorina says she will devote herself to lowering taxes, cutting the deficit, and reining in what she says is out-of-control spending by Congress.
Let's start by living within our own means. The rest of us do. Why shouldn't Washington?
Fiorina says she's a political newcomer who can bring her business sense to Congress. Her resume is impressive. As the former CEO of Hewlett-Packard, she was the first woman to ever lead a Fortune Top 20 company. She was also an economic advisor to John McCain's presidential campaign and was briefly mentioned as a possible vice presidential runner.
All done?
If Fiorina is the Republican nominee for U.S. Senate, she could very well be the most formidable opponent that Barbara Boxer has ever faced.
Dan Schnur is a former Republican political consultant.
Can you eat that?
Who runs the Jeff Unruh Institute of Politics at USC.
Oh, that didn't work. Can you take a bite?
But she's certainly never run against a candidate who's got the financial resources at her disposal that
Start over.
Fiorina does before.
Fiorina left Hewlett-Packard with a $21 million